Welcome back, guys, to another MacGuffin StarCraft 2 cast, and tonight we have EGIdra versus WhiteRa. Now these two players, definite fan favourites. Of course, Idra is the macro raging Zerg, and WhiteRa is the well-mannered, creative, wacky player from the Ukraine. Alright, I believe this is the GSL version of Terminus. Now this map gives you really easy expansions, so it's definitely good for Idra in one respect. But here we have a pylon going down the low ground, so we're going to see another Forge Fast expand. I have to stop casting these games with these Forge Fast expands. I think every Protoss has done that so far. We haven't seen much for Idra yet. Just building drones. We'll have to wait until the 15th spawn to see if he is going to expand first, and I would imagine on this map that would be the case. So, what we have here is some close air positions from WhiteRa's third. So WhiteRa, a big fan of the warp prison play, so we might see him doing some harassment over this angle. From Idra I'd be expecting the average heavy macro play, but maybe very heavy roach corruptor type army, and here we have Idra's fast expansion. So that was a 15 pull, I believe, and WhiteRa getting his forge first before Nexus and scouting the positions. Now WhiteRa looks like he scouted the other positions first, so we'll have to see if we're doing any cannon action in the expansion. WhiteRa throwing down that 15 Nexus, so fairly standard for a forge first. And he did it before cannon, assuming that Idra is not going to attack him early. We have a little hologram here, that's cool. Very detailed map. And what do we have here? Is he going to throw down some proxy tech? Or are we going to see a double expand from WhiteRa? It's up to 400. Yes, we are. We're seeing 2 Nexus before Gateway and before Cannon. So very, very hazardous build by WhiteRa. But of course, when a Zerg sees a Protoss fast expanding, the option they have for themselves is to get their quick third, and of course this map makes that so easy. Although the thirds on these maps only have 1 gas. Of course, Idra has probably not seen this yet. He hasn't even scouted anywhere yet. So, he is going to assume either a 1 base or a 2 base play, but definitely not a 3rd base play. And of course, Idra is trying to get down his 3rd now. A little bit of probe harassment by WhiteRa. It's a really good move by WhiteRa. Of course, Idra's gone for that 3rd, like he loves to play his macro. So, Idra's going to think he's a base ahead unless he scouts his Overlord. Ooh, did he see that? He did! And I'm going to have to assume that he's going to assume that it's a 3, even though he's only seen 1 expansion. You see that little hologram putting up a little Zerg again? Now, Idra's 2 hatches. Oh, he's going another macro hatch. Both players have about 30 drones. WhiteRa a little bit ahead because of that Protoss Chrono Boost. Now, we haven't really seen much tech yet from either player. Of course, WhiteRa is just getting up his Cybernetics cores now at the 6-minute mark because he did go for that double expand before Gateway. So, very slow warp gate. But he's going to have so much Chrono Boosts, so much probes. He's going to have 5 gases. So it's going to give him so much gas, he's going to be able to go for anything. And oh, we have a Stargate going down for WhiteRa. Where is he placing that? Oh, he's placing it over here. Idra can see that Stargate. So that's going to give him plenty of time if he pays attention to what the Reds are warping in. I don't think that's going to do too much damage, as long as he reacts properly. Idra just getting his lair at the 7-minute mark, and both players are around 50 workers. WhiteRa, interesting guy. I think he's like 30, and he works full time, married, but he still has ability to be a top level gamer. He hasn't got that many big tournament results, but he's still fan favorite and never fails to impress people. Of course, Idra is a full-time gamer. It is his job. So that's just amazing from WhiteRa that he can devote so much time into other life activities and still be able to be such a great Protoss player. Of course, that WhiteRa is coming now, and we have the Spore Crawler. Looks like Idra's getting a Spore at each base, except his most further is our one, because they'll have to go all the way around. And he has got his Queen. And oh, here comes the Phoenix. Is it going to grab it? Grab it on lifting. Is this Queen going to go down? But the Spore Crawler is almost finished. Idra pulling in a second Queen to deal with that WhiteRa. And their Queen's going down, and oh, so close. That WhiteRa is now at half health. Both players about 70-ish supply. And at the working counter station, we have Idra only ahead by 4 at 65. WhiteRa is now getting down a robotics bay, so it looks like he's going to play transition into the regular warp gate Colossus build, with of course his air units scouting around. Where are they? Here they are. And that allows him to take out all overlords and deny the watchtowers from Idra. Idra's Hydralisks are coming out now though. Groove Splides, and we have Pneumaticized Carapace with the Ventral Sacs. So it looks like Idra's going to be the one dropping actually. I thought it would have been WhiteRa from these positions. WhiteRa finding drone kills where he can, but unfortunately loses the Phoenix with those Hydralisks up. Now this is sort of what the Protoss want sometimes in this sort of position, because you can see he is getting down his robotics warp bay, which will allow him to build Colossus. And a big chunk of warp gates here. Idra is now getting his Spire tech though. But yeah, as I was saying, the Stargate forces the Zerg player into a Hydralisk position, and then with enough Colossus they can easily wipe out the Hydralisk army. So in some respect it's sort of what the Protoss player wants. And of course he's using those Void Rays to deny any expansions. Here come the Hydralisk. Now it is 11 minutes in and both players are at over 70 workers. WhiteRa about 5 ahead though. Ooh, it sounded like Overlord's loading, and here we do have a Doom drop from Idra. A couple of Hydralisks being a bit slow. Overlord comes back to get him, no Hydralisks left behind. And we have a Phoenix in the gap here though. So WhiteRa is going to see this coming, and also he's going to be attack these Overlords. If the gap is so close here, Idra's going to be able to get a lot of damage out. And of course, WhiteRa's armory is out of position over here. Phoenix has spotted, and the Hydralisks are going down at the Stargate. Idra's going to get so much damage here, and look, he's even running away with his army because he knows those Hydralisks do so much damage. But here we have a Warp Prism, a fan favorite WhiteRa tactic. He loves his Warp Prisms. Warp Prisms have been buffed, so they've got more HP now, 100 HP, 100 shields. We're having some counter drops, interesting. And Idra is loading up. Oh, but looks like there is some Hydralisks left behind. So here we have the Zealots walking back in. Unfortunately those Hydralisks are going to die, and Idra has now seen the Colossus stack. Idra coming back, and both players have not done very much damage to each other's economy. Only 3 worker kills for Idra and 2 for WhiteRa. Although Idra was able to take out that extra expansion, although WhiteRa is expanding over here, which is easier to defend. Idra taking it up to 150 supply at 13 minutes in. Better probe saturation for WhiteRa though, 75 to 67. WhiteRa's extended thermal lance is now done, so these Colossus are going to be so much more dangerous. And of course with this Hydra heavy army, They're just going to melt so quickly unless he's been really clever. We do have some corruptors coming out for Idra. And loading up some overlords with some Zerglings. Now this might be made to try to distract the Protoss army. Oh, and he catches that Warp Prism out, so we're not going to see any more Warp Prism play, unfortunately. Oh, but the Zerg are out of position. Those Hydralisks are going to get caught out. God, here comes the... Ooh, backs off though. Glial Reconstitution, almost halfway done for the Roaches, but I don't think we have any Roaches in the field yet. Of course, Roaches could be the choice for remaxing after trading, because Idra is now at 200 supply or thereabouts. And of course, when you get there, you want to try and trade armies with the Protoss, take out their important tech units like these Colossus. And here comes the engagement, but these Hydralisks are too slow. This force field's going down. The Zerg army just can't get into position. Corruption going down in the Colossus. The Corruptors are taking out the Colossus. We're down to 4 Colossus. It looks like Idra's getting cleaned up. He's still 30 supply ahead, but he has no army left apart from his Corruptors. Looks like there is only 1 Colossus left, except these Corruptors are going to go die to the Stalker Fire. And that Colossus survives. WhiteRa at 2+ attack, and Idra at 2+ attack and 1 armor. WhiteRa doesn't have any armor or shields yet. And we have an observer hiding up here. And WhiteRa actually losing some probes, so now it's almost dead even, with this Overlord dropped off those Zerglings. Interesting, WhiteRa taking out that supply depot. Not sure why I did that. Idra being very active with these Zerglings. Although he's only killed 8 workers. I'm not sure if it was worth it. Here comes some more Roaches, and we have another engagement over here. Idra trying to take advantage of the low Colossus count. Of course, when the Colossus are down, you can really push the Protoss. Idra is 30 supply up, although these Colossus is making such a difference. So Idra missing a few inject, and retreating with his Hydralisks. Only 2 Colossus up, but you really can't push at the moment unless he goes into creep, and WhiteRa's just not pushing out. He's playing very safe, very defensive. Getting some Overlord creep in this expansion, so he can't go there. Supplies are evening up though. WhiteRa only 10 supply behind. Is Idra going for any hive tech? No, he is not. He's just got a small Roach Hydralisk army at the moment, and that's just not the combination you want against Colossus. Double Robo all the way, pumping out Colossus. And we have a Warp Prism as well. Although, here it is. Looks like he's going to do another Warp Prism harass. He may try and distract Idra with his army, but he's going straight across. Oh, but we have a Corruptor. It's going to intercept the Warp Prism. Unfortunately, these Zealots are going to get out, but there's 2 Zealots left, and WhiteRa gets them out of time. However, now he's got 4 Zealots in Idra's base, which he won't be able to deal with. Oh, here come the Roaches, so I'm mistaken. So it looks like not very much damage done. Although maybe the army is out of position now. Those Roaches are going to take time to get back over there, but no. WhiteRa has now taken the supply lead by about 10, and the Colossus count is getting higher. 4 Colossus and counting. And it's not a position you want to be in when you're the Zerg player. Ooh, 5 Colossus. Looks like Idra's throwing down a few Spore Spines. This is just to delay the Protoss army so that he can remax, getting 2 further expansions, and WhiteRa getting another. But ooh, interrupted by WhiteRa. Must be because he had this Watchtower. WhiteRa up to 81 probes and 6 Colossus. I gotta say, this is looking bad for Idra. He doesn't have any hive tech on the way, so all he has is Corruptors, Hydralisk, and Roach. That was an old combination for Zerg, and if you have to get it just right to win. If he builds too many Corruptors, they'll take out the Colossus, but then the Grand Army win. And it's so important to be in the right position as well. The Hydralisk, of course, so slow. Off the creep, and ooh, nasty catching the army out of position. If Idra can go into the middle here, maybe he can take out these Colossus, but WhiteRa is being very careful with them. He's just being very safe, pumping up to 200 when he has enough Colossus. Ooh, and here we have a Roach drop for Idra. If you can scoot forward and kill this Colossus, that'd be great. And if we could take out these pylons, then he could stop the Colossus production for a while. Doesn't look like WhiteRa's going to lose any Colossus though. And that brings him up to 8 Colossus, and that's so hard. And he took out the expansion while defending this drop. Idra trying to go in and get back in this expansion. Probe Centipede over here. Oh, very good position for the Corruptors, but it doesn't look like the Zerg will be able to attack. Oh. Idra's army just can't go anywhere. He doesn't have creep. These Hydralisks are melting so quickly. Both of these Colossus have over 18 kills. And all the Corruptors seem to be dead. And there's still 4 Colossus in the field. Idra's army is now dead, and it looks like WhiteRa will be pushing. And Idra GG's. So that's it for Idra, folks. Very good play by WhiteRa. Very bold, going for 3 Nexus before Gateway. Nice to see though. Some more different tactics. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and peace out.